Up next, founder Juliana Taimoorazy with a report on Iraqi Christians and their plight in the region with a focus on Lebanon.
Hi, everyone. I'm Juliana Taimoorazy, and as my friend said, I'm the founder and the president of the Iraqi Christian Relief Council. And I'm one of those real life stories that the Catholic Charities assisted in resettling me when I came as a refugee to the United States 30 years ago. I was smuggled out of Iran. I'm an Assyrian born in Iran, and I escaped Iran. I was smuggled out in 1989 into Switzerland and once again into Germany. I was smuggled out twice. And then came to the States in 1990. I'm a proud US citizen, and everything that I do, thanks be to God, the United States has given me. So, brief history, I will share if I am permitted to do so. I need to be given authorization to permit to show to be able to show and share my screen with you. But I wanted to talk to you briefly about the Iraqi Christians, who they are. Our history is 6,700 years. We are known as Assyrians, as Chaldeans, and as Syriacs. Many of you are familiar with Iraq as Mesopotamia, the land between rivers. And our language is Aramaic or Syriac. We are among the first nations that converted to Christianity. We converted to Christianity through St. Thomas the Apostle. If you recall, the doubting Thomas, he came to Mesopotamia along with Bartholomew and Saint Thaddeus, and we converted to Christianity through them. And we have paid a heavy price for being Christians ever since then. We fell under the sword first through the Persians, and then when Islam was founded 14 centuries ago until today, we continue to pay a heavy toll for being Christians. I need access, please, so I can share my screen if you don't mind. It says host has disabled. I'm unable to share my PowerPoint presentation. I will fast forward to what happened in 2003 with the intervention or with the invasion of Iraq. Al Qaeda first, and then ISIS found their safe haven inside Iraq. The Iraqi Christian community was 1.5 million strong because that is our land, that is our homeland. We're the indigenous people of Iraq. 1.5 million. Today, we have been reduced to less than 150,000 people. My friends, just imagine 1.5 million to 150,000 people less than 17, 18 years. And at first, they started attacking our churches. Our churches were destroyed, bombed. Our clergy members had been dismembered. They received bloody bullets, threatening to kill them, and many of them were killed. Father Raghid Ghani, for example, he was a Chaldean Catholic priest who, after returning from Rome after 30 days, about a month, he had returned to Mosul, which is ancient Nineveh, by the way. He was killed. Archbishop Farad Rahu of Mosul, he was also killed. He was poisoned through his nostrils by acid. He was killed. Syriac Orthodox priests had been killed. Father Iskandar had been dismembered. And men have been beheaded, women have been killed, children have been killed, and these atrocities have continued. Unfortunately, I'm not able to share with you the presentation that I've prepared. Hopefully, before the end of my conversation with you, I'll be able to show you some images. But these atrocities really began in 2003. And slowly, the number of people started being reduced, starting in Basra in the south, where Abraham in Nasiriyah in the south of Iraq. Abraham was born there. So Iraq really is the second holy land for our history, for Christians, and also for us, the Iraqi Christians, the Assyrians, the Chaldeans, and Syriacs. From Basra in the south all the way to the north in Mosul and further north, the Iraqi Christians started escaping, starting 2003. And our numbers were reduced to about 400,000. And in 2014, in June of 2014, on June 10th to be exact, ISIS, which is Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, attacked Mosul. And during the Holocaust, the Nazis had marked the Jews with the Star of David. And we, the Christians, were marked with the Arabic letter N, which represents the Nazarenes. So all of us Christians, to the radical Muslims, we are known as Nazarenes because we follow Jesus of Nazareth. We are marked with the Arabic letter N. So the Muslim neighbors of these Christians in Mosul had betrayed these Christians, and they marked their homes with this Arabic letter N, which is half circle with a dot in the center. If the technology friends of mine in the headquarters, if they would permit me to share my screen, please, I can show you the images. And so people started escaping. They gave them three options. They gave them the option of converting to Islam by reciting the Shahada, which is one verse from the Quran that converts people to Islam immediately. And of course, Christians refused to do so. The second option was to give the jizya, to pay the tax, which is tax for protection, which really does not protect them in essence. And the third option was to escape. But many people did not have the chance to escape, and many people were killed. And many people were, many women and children were taken into slavery. So at this time, if the headquarters would be able to play, if you would be able to play, I think they're asking me to take a 3-minute break.
Yes.
If you'd like, either we're going to take a 3-minute break, or we can play Father Yusuf's video. It's up to you. Whatever the tech room would like to do. Either we can play Father Yusuf's video, and I'll talk about who Father Yusuf is. But he was taken by ISIS inside Iraq, and he was taken in for 40 long days. Or we can take a break. But I'll be back soon with you. Thank you. With me is Elvira Tohi. She is going to introduce herself to you in English. Elvira, I'm so happy you took your time directly from Lebanon to be with us today. Please take a couple of minutes and introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Juliana.
Go ahead. How old are you? Please tell our audience. And how long have you been in Lebanon? And when did you leave Iraq? And why did you leave Iraq?
Okay, I'm Elvira Tohi. I'm 23 years old. I've been living in Lebanon since 2015 as a refugee with my family, my parents, and my brothers. We left Iraq and came to Lebanon because of ISIS occupation of Christian areas in Mosul and Nineveh Plain. I decided to dedicate my life to poor people and children. So I was with them in their islands, their grave, their suffering, their joy, because I used to work in the church. We also have a special school for Iraqi Christian refugee children.
Can you tell us how many Iraqi Christians are living as refugees today in Lebanon?
Okay. Since 2014, many Christians have immigrated to Lebanon. The number reached more than 2,000 families by the year 2015. By the year 2017, there were more than 4,000 families from all Christian denominations. Fortunately, Australia and Canada opened the door to immigration. Thousands of them travels now. There are approximately 900 Christian families present in Lebanon.
900 Christian families living today in Lebanon. And just a couple of weeks ago, I was able to visit them, and they're really living in very, very difficult conditions. But can you tell us some of the challenges that these families are faced with for the last few years that they're living in Lebanon?
Frankly, the challenges are many and families live very difficult lives. The United Nations never cares about the Christian Iraqi refugees. All humanitarian aid is for Syrians and Palestinians only, while the Iraqis have no outlet except for the church and NGOs like Iraqi Christian Relief Council and Chaldean Diocese and Help Iraq organization. Majority of responsibilities falls on the shoulders of the church. It cares for the sick, children, and poor families. Sometimes it's for some of my painting to help these poor people. The Iraqis also face difficulties in terms of security. They don't have official or identity papers and cannot work in Lebanon as for paper that UN gives them. It is asylum seeker paper, and it is most cases people don't have an official refugee state. The complicated are matter.
It's a very complicated matter, and I've seen your beautiful, beautiful paintings, and we're going to be showing as you're talking. We have shown some of your paintings, and they're really absolutely beautiful. Thank you for talking about your paintings. Really, as we were off camera, you had talked about one of the biggest challenge that the Iraqi refugees are faced with, especially the Christians. When the UN gives the document, they give that asylum seeker document, only one document during the initial interview process, and they become asylum seekers. But a lot of these refugees in Lebanon and also in Turkey and Jordan, they don't have the official refugee status, which poses a very big challenge on their lives. What do you think is the biggest solution or the most appropriate solution that can be offered by the West, especially the United States? Because ultimately this program is being aired in the United States at this time. God willing, many others will be watching it. But what can the United States do to serve these individuals who have escaped persecution and ISIS genocide? What can we do for them?
We hope that the United States will open its door to Iraqi Christians who are Assyrians, Chaldeans, and Syriacs, because most of those who remain now in the Lebanon are waiting to travel to the United States. Since the refugees fled Iraq because of killing and violence, cannot live in the Middle East more. Therefore, countries Lebanon, Turkey, and Jordan are only stopover for travel to a country where people want to settle in. So when I visit these families, I ask them, what solution do you want? Their answer always is travel to Western country. They want their children to go to universities, and they will never be afraid of praying in the church, and they want to work honorably, you rebuild their lives and be good citizens of their new host countries.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. This is what they have been saying, and I've seen you work very hard with these individuals on the ground, and I commend you. At such a young age, you have dedicated your life, and along with Father Youssef Sakat, you've worked very hard with our other team members, Eileen and Edir and others. Really, we have a magnificent team there in Lebanon. I'm so grateful that I have come to know you, and God willing, someday we will be able to do great work here together here in the United States. Thank you, Elvira.
Thank you.
God bless you for everything that you have done, and thank you for your time, and thank you for joining us directly from Beirut, Lebanon. Please visit our website. It's IraqiChristianRelief.org, IraqiChristianRelief.org. We do a lot of work on the ground in Iraq. We do a lot of work with the refugees. We have a program, I Adopt a Refugee. If you're interested in helping the refugees, please visit our website and you will see all of these videos in order. It is an honor for me to be able to present to you. And please contact us. We will be able to explain all of our service to you. Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. And I'm so sorry that we were not able to appropriately present this presentation due to technology we needed, but sometimes it doesn't work. But thank you so much again, and God bless you, and God bless this presentation today. Take care and God bless.